You can now easily create a sign-up form for your Shopify B2B store. This allows you to approve new companies and customers for your B2B services. Let's review the process for creating a form and approving new companies. In your Shopify's company list, you can see all of your approved B2B companies. Up until now, there was no way for a new company to sign up for your B2B store. Using the Shopify Forms app, you can now create a B2B sign-up form and use it to approve new partners for your B2B store. Simply install the Forms app to get started. You can access the forms from the Apps menu in your Shopify admin. Click on the Forms app to get started creating a new B2B sign-up form. The first step is choosing the type of form you want to create. You can select from a pop-up modal or an inline page. We'll choose the inline page. Just give your form a name and click Create to get started. You can now configure the fields and the text for the form. To create a B2B signup, select Company and Customer. This will provide you with the specific fields needed to support the B2B signup. You can see a live preview of the form as you adjust the fields in the text. So now, you can adjust the text for the signup page. You can customize the heading and all of the content. Simply change the text using the input fields. You'll see a live preview as you make the adjustments. Next, you can configure the specific fields for the sign-up form. The basic form is created by default. However, you can customize the data that you want to collect. Click on the Add New Field link to configure new fields. You can choose from any of the existing default fields. Simply clicking on one will add it to your form. For example, let's add the phone number field. You can change the text label and choose to make it required or optional. You'll see the new field added to your form preview. Click and drag the rows to rearrange the layout of your form. Let's add another field. You can see how easy it is to rename and rearrange the layout. But what happens if you want to create a custom field? Shopify provides you with an option to create any type of custom input that you want. Simply click New Field to configure a custom selection. You can choose from any of the various input types, like single-line text, radio buttons, and more. For example, let's choose a simple text field. You can now configure the details for the custom field. Enter the text for the label, and configure the optional minimum and maximum values for the characters. You can choose to add this custom data to the company or to the customer record. Since this is a custom field, Shopify will utilize the meta fields to store the data. You can expand this option to see or configure the meta field definitions. Click Done, and the field will be added to your form. Let's try adding another field. Maybe for this one, you want to know the net sales range for each reseller. You can use a radio button to create the various options. Simply enter the title for the field, and then enter the values for each option. So now that you've configured the field values, we can adjust the button text and the success page. Simply use the fields to adjust the text values. You can rename the button and add some disclaimer text. The live preview on the right will show you the expected results. You can optionally add a discount to the customer. We can come back later and handle this from the B2B section, so let's skip this for now. Next, adjust the text for the success page. This is what the company will see after they submit the form. Use the field provided to adjust the values. The live preview will show you the expected results. If you want to adjust the fonts for the page, use the selections to choose the options for the heading and the content text. You can also add a custom tag to the customer who signed up using the form. Simply enter the tag value in the field provided. Then, any customer who completes the form will automatically receive this tag. This is useful for organizing your signups. Now you need to decide where to place the form in your store. You can manually add it to any section using the form ID provided, or you can create a new landing page. Before you can make either of these selections, you must save the form. Once you do this, the form ID will become visible and you can make the choice. After you click Save, the page will reload and you can choose the placement. If you want to manually add it to a section, copy the form ID and use it in the theme editor. We'll show you how to do this later. For our example, let's create a new landing page. The landing page option will let you choose the title and provide the URL to access the form. You can use this URL to give to your resellers or use it for the site navigation. There are additional settings for optional automations and workflows. At this point, your form is ready to use. The new B2B signup page is available from the Pages section of your admin. So let's copy the page URL provided and view the form on our Shopify site. When we go to the URL, we can see the new signup form. So let's test the form and sign up with a new company. Simply fill out all of the fields and hit Submit. We're presented with the success page after we submit the form. If we go back to our Shopify admin and check the companies, we can see the newly submitted company. Since it's a new entry, we can see that it's not yet approved to use the site. Clicking on the new company allows us to manage their permissions and approve them for use. The custom form data is saved as meta fields on the company record. So let's go back to the permissions and approve this company for the site. Use the checkbox and assign their permissions to approve the submission. When we return to the company list, we can now see that the company is approved. If you want to adjust the design of the page, you can access the theme template from the Pages section. Simply click on the signup page and link to the theme from that page. You can now use the Shopify theme editor to customize the page layout and add new sections. If you click into the Forms section, you can see the ID of the form that we showed you earlier in the video. You can further customize the design, including fonts and text color. If you want to update the fields in the form, simply return to the Forms app and adjust the configuration. You can easily add or remove values to any existing form. All of your changes will automatically be added to the page. You can also easily activate and deactivate the form using the setting on the form page. Turn the form off to disable entry from the site and turn it back at any time. You can also easily track form submissions from within the app. If you want to see how many people have submitted the form, simply adjust the range to see the submission values for that timeline. So now you can see how easy it is to create custom signup forms for your B2B site. You can easily create a page and approve resellers for your store.